Well, hello, Rhonda. How you doing, Al? How you guys doing today? Okay, I tell you today that I will be talking about the New York race riots, and for my research, I didn't realize they had so many. Thank you, Al. Al, did you see my message to you? Would you do that for me now, dear? Thank you. Reese Cup, how you doing? I see you charged your phone. Okay. So we'll just wait maybe another minute or so. Oh, I'm good. I'm really good. Can't complain. Of course, no one wants to hear it. You know the same old story, Reese Cup. Okay. So I told you guys last week that I would, um, we've been talking about history, particularly as it relates to African American history. And we've been talking about, so how you doing, wake up time? We've been talking about some of the atrocities that have occurred. And most people think, well, it only happened in the South. Sonia, how you doing, dear? Well, no. Hit the like button for me, folks, okay, as you guys are coming in. Thank you. So we can get this information out to as many people as possible. How you doing, Roz? Okay, Roz is here. Um, and some of my subbies, I do know that you live in New York, okay? So everyone thinks that New York is this bastion of uh, goodwill and peace to men. Well, that's not the case. And we often think of the South, being, the only place where atrocities happen. How you doing, Tina? All right. And that is definitely not the case, folks. I was actually shocked. I mean, I knew had been riots in New York, but I didn't realize there'd been so many. Thank you, Reese. Reese, I tried to add you as a moderator today. I don't see the wrench by your name, so I have to go in and see what happened. Okay. So anyway, did a little research. Donna, how you doing, dear? Donna's here. Donna, you and a few other subbies live in the Empire State. So again, I'm just getting started. People think of New York and Pennsylvania and all of these northeastern states, as being full of goodwill and peace and not having racial strife and racial problems. Well, that has not been the case throughout the research. I mean, I knew that New York had race riots. I just didn't realize they had so many over the years. Okay. And if you look back at some of the other videos that, yeah, Reese, I'm going to work on that. I added your info and I don't know why it didn't take. I know YouTube is still having some technical difficulties. What else is new? Okay. So I'll work on that because I definitely want you to be a moderator. You as well. Donna, you as well. I tried to add your URL so that you can become a moderator. So when the trolls show up, you can just kick them out. Okay. We don't have time for that. We're talking about serious topics and issues here. We don't have time for nonsense and mumbo jumbo. Okay. So New York race riots. Now, if you remember, if you go back to some of the previous videos and live chats, we've talked about some race riots and some atrocities that have occurred. Now, I didn't realize this, of course, until I conducted research. New York goes back from what, 1712 to 2020. So pretty much every decade, New York's had some type of racial unrest, some type of racial riot of some kind. So you're probably wondering why. Now, who remembers the video I did 3 or 4 videos ago? Well, what were African Americans doing from 1916 until 1970? I'll give you a couple seconds. Anyone remember what was going on? What were African Americans? We know approximately 90% of African Americans at that time lived in the South, right? What did they begin doing and why? Okay. Where are my people who like to retain information? Okay. Do I need to tell you? Migration, very good, Reese Cup. Excellent student, Reese Cup. We know that the Great Migration was going on. And those of you who missed that video, it's an excellent video. Very good, Donna. Yes, people were migrating to New York. They were migrating to Pennsylvania, Maryland, California, the Midwest, you name it. And what were they fleeing? Why were they migrating? Okay. And again, those of you who are here for the first time, if you'll go and view my video on the Great Migration, it explains everything in detail. So we know African Americans at that time were migrating. They were leaving. Very good, Roz. Roz has it. We were leaving the South because, unfortunately, the South was still an agrarian culture. Very good. And so we know that after slavery, what did we get after that? What came after slavery? Uh, Farming. What kind of farming? Sharecropping. Another form of slavery where you never get out of debt. And even if the people tried to leave, these farmers who own the land would put the sheriff on them. They can't leave. They owe me money, even if they didn't. And of course, we know they were ripped off. People were, tired of not getting decent jobs. They were tired of not being treated, as human beings. And so they left. Okay. And it didn't stop until 1970. 1970 roughly is when it stopped. And we see what's happening now. And I've even had relatives who left, during the Great Migration. What are they doing now that they're retiring? They're coming back south. Okay, so oh well, that things are changing a bit. Now we know jobs that used to be up north, they're not there any longer. All the jobs have gone overseas. So people are coming south to retire. People are coming south to get jobs as well. Okay, so the particular year that I decided to focus on, because so much was going on in this country, if you remember, I talked about 1919. 1919 was called the Red Summer, and pretty much all across America, there was racial injustice, there was racial discrimination, there were beatings, bombings, hangings, you name it. Okay. So what you're probably wondering, what caused all this? So the racial riot in New York in 1919, does anyone want to take a guess of why that took place? If you think back to, some of the things that we said that took place and reasons why African Americans were leaving and going north during the Great Migration, that's going to sort of kind of help you with that. Okay. So African Americans were leaving the South. We said that. And once we got north, again, it was often called the promised land, but once they got north, it was far from a promised land. Now, initially, when they started the Great Migration, jobs were plentiful. Okay, you could go up, the same day that you arrived in New York, Chicago, Washington, you could have a job the very same day. And at that time, they wanted people from the South because it said people from the South worked really hard. So they had no issues with obtaining employment. Like I said, we know those jobs are no longer there. And that's, if you look at some of the larger northern cities, they have fallen into, urban decay. And it's because what happens when jobs leave an area? Well, crime moves in, unfortunately. So what happened is you have all these millions of people moving north. And so then you're in competition for jobs, housing. If you look at it, you guys can do research on this. And if you want me to do a video on this, let me know. That's when they started building all these large housing projects. So, and I can also do a video on the Chicago race riots. And Dr. King said, and what he went through, in Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, he said Chicago was absolutely the worst. I think an African American family, the father was in the military. They tried to move into a white neighborhood, and it was awful. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Housing, and then of course politics. that played a big role, but it was mostly housing and jobs for the most part that caused the major issue. Okay, so death toll, and we know how these death tolls are. You don't really get an accurate number. They said from this particular race riot, 15, probably a lot higher than that. Just like these some of the other race riots that we talked about. So you had again a shortage of housing. You had African Americans, now that they have these good jobs, they're like, we don't need to move into a housing project. We can go over here and buy a home. So you have, white neighborhoods that, that had been all white. And now you have African Americans moving in. So, of course, that caused divisiveness and it caused civil unrest, unfortunately. So that's what happened. Um, as a result, African Americans were being attacked. They didn't have to do anything wrong, but they were just being attacked just for being African American. And you had a lot of racial strife, primarily from the Irish immigrants. So at that time, and we all know, most of us know, I think, in the northern cities, you have, or, unions. Of course, they were able to keep them out of the South, but we know in all the large northern cities, you have unions. So what would happen if the contract talks broke down? They would go on strike. Well, all these African Americans coming from the South, they don't care. They like, I don't have anything to do with that. I came here to get a job. That causes divisiveness. Okay, so there were a lot of African Americans who were attacked, because they broke the of course they're called scabs. We learned that in school. They broke the line. They just wanted to work. Donna said, "I'd rather deal with it in the north." Donna, okay, Donna, why? That's a not good statement, but why would you rather deal with it in the north? What's the difference between the north and the south? Talk to me. That's a good statement, but I want you to explain that for me. So that was primarily the issue. And again, those of you who came in late, race riots occurred in New York from 1712 to 2020. Now, we haven't seen any in 2021, not yet, okay? So that's primarily all I wanted to share with you. It's just astounding. If you want, I could share some links with you, but to me, it's just amazing because as African Americans were moving to New York and Chicago, and remember, they weren't just leaving for jobs and because of poor treatment. Some of them, they were leaving just to survive the brutality or death. You didn't have to do anything wrong, and you could just be killed or hung. People could be drinking one night, and they think it would be fun to go and lynch someone or tie someone, with a rope and drag them behind a vehicle. So those are some of the things that took place. Donna said it's more than just black and white here. It's everybody from all walks of life. Okay, Donna, so you like that heterogeneous mixture of people. Okay, good. Rosalind said Battle of the Gettysburg turned into a race riot with white rioters attacking black people. The white people felt that their jobs were being... Yeah, Rosalind, that was a major issue. Rhonda said, yes, please share some. Okay, Ron, I sure will. I'll share a couple of links with you on the New York race riot. And like I said, go back and look at, all of them. There have been race riots in New York for several decades. Okay. So we'll see what happens for 2021. But up to now, we're all right for 2021. Any questions, folks? Anything that's not clear? And Donna, I'm going to do some more research. I told you I'm going to do a live chat on Bea Richards. I need to read some more of her poems, though, so that I, can talk intelligently about the topic. But ever since you shared that information with me, I am intrigued. And Real Black, I'm going to share his link down in my description box. He has, some of you I've shared his channel with. He has like over 1 million subscribers, and he has so many Black history movies, films, documentaries. I don't know where he gets it from, but it is wonderful. And I will definitely share his link. So if you guys remember my video on the the 666 battalion, the black women, the WAC during World War II. Yes, Donna, I didn't want you to think I had forgotten or wasn't going to do it. I am, but I want to read some more of her poems, okay? So, Real Black, and like I said, I will put his link down in the subscription. So he enjoyed one of my videos, so I'm collaborating with him now. He shared that video on his platform, on his channel. Donna, especially, those of you in my age group, especially, all those movies that we love from the 60s and 70s, he has that. He has documentaries I've never seen on Bill Cosby, on just everybody. I don't know where he got the, I just love it. Everything he has. I look at his channel every day. Matter of fact, when I end this live stream, I'll probably put another video up. I'll project it from my phone to my television behind me. I look at his channel every single day. So I'll definitely share that with you. So now, I'm collaborating with him. He's sharing my videos. Oh, Reese Cup. Okay. Yeah. So when this ends, since you guys want that, I'm going to share Real Black. It's REEL, all lowercase, Black, BLACK. It's all one word. And you let me know next week when you guys come to the live chat. If just look at some of his work. I look at his channel every day. He is wonderful. And you're going to see, Donna, I thought, I've even shared it with Stephanie. And of course, we thought we'd seen all the black movies. Oh, no. There are a lot. You're going to be like, wow. I mean, Ruby Dee, Ossie Davis, all of the icons. He even has, is it Ossie Davis? I came on, Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee in this old movie I never heard of, never seen. I'm like, oh my goodness. Wake Up Time says, you forget the past, you're doomed to repeat it. Young people must be made aware. That's right, Wake Up Time. So I'm definitely going to share the link. Donna, especially people in my generation. Donna, Reese Cup, I think I'm older than you, dear. Tina, I know about the old heads on here, like myself. Please click on his link and check out he has some old movies, documentaries, things like, wow. Okay, so you know what time it is, folks. If you're still here, type here so I can put your name in the pot. Okay. And you guys, once you go on his channel and check out some of his videos, next Sunday, tell me, how you doing, Daniel? Make sure you come back and tell me how well you enjoyed it. Daniel, good to see you, dear. All right, so I have Daniel. I already have Tina. Okay. Hit the like button for me, folks. Rhonda's here. Okay, Jess is here. How you doing, Jess? Now, I have a few of you on here who've never won, so make sure if you've never won and you win today that you email me your Cash App info, because that's how I will be paying you. Okay, Good Bundy is here. Oh, I'm well, Jessica. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you come back next Sunday, okay? Reese Cup. I got you, Reese. Reese Cup, I'm going to check on that because I want you and Donna as moderators. I'll work on that this week, okay? Who else? Did I get everyone? Wake Up Time. Roz is here. And I think that's it. Okay. You guys ready to see who's going to win today? I got you, Roz. All right. Here we go. Okay. See who the first winner is today. Good Bundy. You are a winner. Roz, it's time for you to win. All right. Donna, of course. Donna, Good Bundy. How about one more, folks? Reese. Now, I have 3 winners. Guess what today, folks? There we go. Now, when I end the stream, go ahead when the comment section pops up. You know, every once in a while, I'll have a 4th winner. Leave a comment about a topic that you would like for me to talk about in the future. And if I choose your topic, well, you will have some money in your Cash App. If I don't have your Cash App, make sure you email me. My email address and everything will be in the description box, okay? Thank you again for spending time here at Roland's Reviews and the Sibert Sense Report. So everyone enjoy your week. And remember, for people who did not win, when the comment screen pops up, leave me a comment, a topic that you would like for me to discuss, and I will try to make that happen. If I choose your topic to discuss in the future, I will put some money in your Cash App. All right, thank you again. Enjoy your week. Be safe, and I will see you next Sunday. Same bat time, same bat station.